Did you know that pneumonia is one of the top 10 leading causes of death in the United States? It's also one of the primary reasons that people go into the hospital. We want to prevent pneumonia. So how can we do that? In this video, I'm going to talk to you about my top 3 ways to prevent pneumonia. And the third way is a little bit surprising, so make sure you stick around for that third point. I'm Dr. Sean, your PT guy, and our videos help you learn how to move better and stay independent so you can enjoy your life. Let's get started. Disclaimer! Now, the first way to prevent pneumonia is make sure you set up a walking routine. We need to make sure that you're walking as much as you can. If you're in the hospital, this is a little bit more difficult. I'll talk about that in a moment. But if you're out of the hospital, try to figure out a loop around your house and walk one time around the house and then have a seat every hour. You find that little loop, if it's from the front of the house to the back of the house or a little circle inside the house, this is nice because it's air conditioned, especially if you live in Florida and it's very hot. But we want to make sure that you're doing this one time per hour. Walking is the #1 way to prevent pneumonia. Now, this is difficult if you're in the hospital setting because it's busy. They don't want you up. You've got maybe an IV in this arm, an IV in this arm. You got all this stuff going on. It's challenging in a hospital, but it can be done. Just make sure you're talking with your nurse, talking with your doctor, the physical therapist, or the occupational therapist, and especially your patient care tech or your CNA, the nurse's helper. That person can really help you, even if it's just getting up to the bathroom once an hour. Just say, hey, look, I need to go to the bathroom. You try to get up, you do some walking. That's going to help you not just strengthen your legs, but it's also going to allow your muscles in your lungs to work. So we're expanding our lungs deeply, which is going to help us to prevent pneumonia. We don't want to lay down flat. If we lay down flat, then our lungs are going to fill up with fluid and we won't be able to expel all of that fluid and get that fluid out of there. What is pneumonia? Pneumonia is a bacteria, sometimes virus as well. But what's going to happen is, think about like mold. Mold likes dark, damp places, especially in Florida. So you got to make sure that you're understanding what's going on with your lungs. If your lungs are dark inside, it also can be wet inside, so a pneumonia can form. So we need to get that pneumonia out by walking. You're upright, you're utilizing your lungs, and you're walking and you're inhaling and exhaling deeply to help the lungs clear out. Now, let's talk about the second way to prevent pneumonia. So the second way to prevent pneumonia is to try to stay out of the bed. We have to stay out of the bed as many hours as possible. If you're not walking and the times that you're resting, I want you to try to stay up in a chair, maybe a nice recliner, but try to be upright as much as you possibly can to help your lungs to clear out any fluid that could be building up. This is very important because when you are sitting up, I want you to think about a 2-liter bottle of Coke. If you have a 2-liter bottle of Coke and it's half full, you've got that 2-liter bottle of Coke, it's half full. If you lay that bottle down on its back, then the bottom part of the bottle is filled with fluid and the top part of the bottle is filled with fluid. Now, that's like your lungs. If you're laying flat and you have 2-liter bottles on one on each side, and you're laying flat, if you have any fluid at all, the bottom part's going to fill up a little bit and the top part's going to fill up, and it's going to keep filling up because there's not enough airflow to help expel that and to get that fluid out. So we have to sit up as far as we can, as high as we can, preferably in a chair or a nice recliner with the legs kicked up. That's fine, but we want your trunk to be upright as much as you can, because that's just like that 2-liter bottle. When we bring it upright, half of that water, or that water that's in there, is going to be all the way down at the bottom. That means the whole top part of your lungs are efficient and there's air, there's no water, and it can expand and contract as much as it needs to help get rid of any kind of liquid or bacteria that could be in there. Because when we're breathing deeply in and out, that's going to help. Which also brings me to another thing in the hospital. In the hospital, you're going to have access to what we call an inspirometer. Not an expirometer, but an inspirometer. That's a little machine that you suck air in at a certain amount, and you're trying to watch the little plastic thing rise up, and then it's a deep, prolonged inhalation. So you're trying to, but you're doing it with your mouth. You're going, and you're trying to see how high you can bring that up. It's called an inspirometer. That's a very helpful tool that you could be using as well in the hospital. If you're out of the hospital, I like my little breather thing here. This is called the breather. And so, see, look at that. The breather. See, I don't know if you can see that, but it's called the breather, and it's got little markings on the side for exhaling and inhaling. You can change this to make it easier or harder. So what you do, I'm going to show you, like, this is the inspirometer. It's usually got a little tiny straw that comes out of the big old plastic cylinder, and you blow out all your air first. You go, then you put your mouth here. And then you can blow, this one you can actually blow back out to do both. But that's how you can expand those lungs even more so when you're sitting up in a chair. Now, that's important because when you're sitting up in the chair, even if you don't have an inspirometer and you don't have a breather, just sitting up is going to allow you to take deeper breaths. That's what we're after. We're after deeper breaths to make sure that we're keeping our lungs open and expanded so no pneumonia has a fighting chance. Now, our third way to prevent pneumonia is a little bit surprising, and we're going to go to that next. So our third and final way to prevent pneumonia is actually we brush our teeth. This is especially important if you're in the hospital, because you're not feeling well when you're in the hospital and you're just trying to recover. And sometimes the easier things, like, well, it's not as easy when you're in the hospital, but the things we take for granted, like just brushing our teeth, can have a huge impact on whether pneumonia forms or not. We have bacteria in our mouth. So if we're not brushing our teeth regularly, especially if we're trying to recover because we're in a hospital, we're breathing in. And when we're breathing in and that bacteria is still there, what's going to happen is you can actually have that bacteria go inside of your lungs, and that can proliferate and it'll multiply and it'll compound like compound interest, and then it's going to turn into pneumonia. I hate pneumonia. We don't like pneumonia. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to prevent pneumonia. And whacking ourselves in the tree, our face in the tree. We got to prevent that too. So those top 3 ways are going to help you prevent pneumonia so you can stay out of the hospital and you can stay independent and not get weak or have a fall or anything like that. Speaking of falls, if you want more tips and training on how I teach people to prevent falls, you can find that training in the link in the description below. And if you want more videos just like this one to help you learn how to move better and stay independent to enjoy your life, click the subscribe button down below and that little bell icon, and we'll see you in the next video.